Um, okay. The next super chat was Ralph put Ranbot's kids' pictures on his show multiple times.
I don't think I've done that. I have put his wife's picture up, but I don't renounce doing anything to Rambot. So if that's what,
Okay.
again, the Kiwi Farms crowd complaining about morals and ethics, can just go slit their wrists. Like I literally don't give a fuck.
Okay.
I don't renounce anything. I don't renounce anything. I don't renounce anything. I don't apologize for anything. I am completely 100% unapologetic about everything. I just want to be clear.
Okay. All right. Um, so I disavow the following super chat. Did Ralph really trade Tug's corpse to a Mexican doggy butcher for Xanax? Sad. Also, does he still keep Nora's Sax toy inside his nightstand? Yikes. Chris Hansen and Kevin Nash coming for you, boy. Next super chat. Does Stardust remind Ralph of Nora? Is that why he called her cute in his last stream?
Do you remind me of Nora? Well, I mean, you're both. I think you said you're Pakistani. I don't remember if you're Pakistani.
I'm from that general area.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's kind of if you know a little bit about it's kind of all relative. Like once it's over in that area, really. No, I just did that to talk shit on stream.
Yeah.
And besides you both being kind of the same shade a little bit, there's really, I'm female. I guess like same age group. I mean, there are some similarities there.
Yeah.
But no, I just thought it'd be a funny way to talk shit about you, and to also just, she doesn't like me doing that, bringing up her picture, so I knew it would piss her off as well. So kind of
I think it's all fair game, honestly. Like, it's content. I'm not really offended by it. And obviously when I'm it's just part of the thing, so I'm not really offended by
this.
anything.
First off, I wanted to come on your show. Actually, I was watching the Alex Stein thing. Of course, I know the psychos are going to come out no matter what. But I was watching the Stein thing, and he had done a lot of these shows. And, a lot of these people I have heat with. Of course, I said that about you, and we talked the next day. I don't, it's not anything. Mm-hmm. I don't have anything at Stardust, of course. I was just miffed that you guys were, it seemed a little, when I know you, right? I know they're not going to have me on the Simpcast. They're not going to have me on these other circuit shows that he went on. But it's like, oh, here he is with Stardust. Like, and she's saying she doesn't know about this or that. Like, but you did message me the next day, and you've had me on, and I don't feel mistreated or anything like that. And the super chats are psychotic, but it's kind of hard to complain about something like that when you're the host of the Kill Stream.
Yeah. I've sat through. I would say I've sat through my fair share of psychotic super chats. Like half the chat saying, "Oh, what color are your nipples, Stardust?" So I think we can handle some crazy super chats here.
You're right. You're right.
So, so the next super chat is Groypers equals felonious convicts and offenders. Try to equal Christian and wholesome. Actually appear equals lil cunts who can't.
Can this broke motherfucker just spend some more money so he can afford some more letters?
Yeah, that's true.
It's kind of pathetic, dude. You look very poor. That's what you
can't take a single critique and then try to silence people. Very bad and damning look. It's strange to me how Alex Stein rose through the ranks of the right-wing media, but was unknown prior to 2021. What do you think about that?
I think that, he's definitely had some help. It doesn't hurt to have some connections, so to speak. And he already had a history in Hollywood and with Cheaters and with several other shows and reality appearances. So that definitely helped. I will say this, just being fair about it, Alex Stein works really hard. And, I don't like the guy. I think he's a complete scumbag, and, I have my reasons obviously for thinking that, right? Especially when I gave him every chance to back out, that does rub me the wrong way for sure. And he immediately went on the personal attack. Okay, well, I'm already there, buddy. Like, you don't have to tell me twice. But I'll be fair and just be honest. The guy works really hard, and he's everywhere, and he's done a lot of shows. He's done almost every shit request asked of him. Now he's starting to pull back on that. This when he's going to the Blaze, he's starting to tighten up, maybe pick and choose a little bit more, but that's how he got known, was just blanketing everything, going everywhere. And he's a good, street guy. Now it turns out some of that stuff is not what we thought in terms of planted people and stuff like that, but he's still good at that stuff. And he's good at getting attention. And I guess it surprised me a little bit, maybe, but not all that much. After you saw the early trajectory, it did look like he was headed to blow up
Mhm.
status for
Mm.
sure.
Mhm. Okay, next one. I disavow this super chat, but I told people I would read them. So last night I asked a bum on Beale Street about the Memphis Micro. He hadn't heard of you, Ralph. And
Wow,
W Memphis explains perfectly why you are the way you are. Oh, I think that means West Memphis.
that does mean
Explains.
West Memphis,
Okay. All right.
Arkansas.
Next one is Ralph went after Nick Fuentes' sister and called her a coal burner. What does that mean?
I don't know, what does that mean?
I don't know. I think that's probably something I need to look up.
I'll say
um,
this. I'll say this.
yeah.
They have tried to start a lot of stuff between Nick and I because we had a beef like 4 years ago, and which we hashed out in like the course of a week, which was really silly. I think we both said that was dumb, and for me, I mean, it was really smart, honestly, to get on the right side of Nick Fuentes, and we've been, I would say, on the level and gotten to be
Mhm,
friends since then. He's never, you know, disrespected me as far as like always being there if I asked him to come on the show or at least have an open ear about an idea I had to use him on the show. He was on the heel stream, as I mentioned. He's done a lot of big debates on my show. I ended up coming on cozy.tv, which caused a lot of
mhm,
problems in my own camp. My own people started Rambot and Dingo and these idiots, started attacking me over that. But the reason I did that was because Nick had always been cool to me. He's got this cool website. I mean,
mhm,
why shouldn't I use it? I don't have it. He's a
mhm,
good guy. He's always been good to me. Just because, Mike Enoch doesn't like him, I don't give a fuck. And that's kind of how, I am with everybody. If I'm cool with them, I'm cool with them. I don't care
mhm,
about, whether
mhm,
Medicare likes him or so and so likes him. Like,
mhm,
fuck that. My guys are my guys. And so I'm very glad that was
mhm,
a short lived thing, our little spat back
mhm,
in the halcyon days of blood sports in 2018, because Nick's a great guy, great friend, and he's doing some great things with Yay.
mhm. Okay, next one is from Mr. Medicare says Ralph afraid to address the fact he doxed and tried to get a woman fired, just like he tried to do to a janitor at an aquarium. Sad, I ain't scared, runs to
You know what?
Mexico.
You know what Jim's afraid to address? The Grim Reaper. But he doesn't have to wait much longer. He doesn't have
Mm,
to have that impending feeling of doom because it's coming very soon, Jim. You better stop spending Jade's retirement money because, that big fat slop hound, what is she going to do? Like, what?
mm,
Keep cleaning teeth? You better save her a little something, Jim. It's going to run out. What's she going to sell? What, are you going to leave some mementos to sell off on eBay after? Is that what's going to happen? Man, God, I sure hope somebody doesn't. Well, don't worry, you won't be around. You won't be around to think about it, Jim.
Next one is Ralph abandoned Sandra in Life and Death. Sad, Nora, I like the second eyebrow, very fetching. Second eyebrow. I don't
There
understand.
was a picture of my ex-wife where they just like photoshopped a unibrow on
Oh,
a
okay.
unibrow. And I
Yeah.
would not fuck with unibrow. I mean, she would. I mean, if you don't ever pluck there, maybe she would have. But no,
Yeah.
they like I don't
Yeah.
know. But no, she was meticulous actually
Yeah.
with her eyebrows. So no.
Yeah. Okay. Ralph, can you confirm if you did or did not stomp on someone's head at your bowling event?
I have never done anything of the kind. I've never violated any orders or suspended sentence. And so,
Okay.
yeah, there's your
Hmm.
confirmation.
Uh, Ralph, how does it feel to have better? Oh man. Okay, I disavow this one. Ralph, how does it feel to have bigger tits than the host? When
I don't
you
know. Do you?
raid
I can't really see him over there. Like, I
I
mean,
did get a reduction, so,
did
uh,
you?
yeah, I did, like, a couple of
Oh,
years ago, yeah.
wow.
Um, when you rage out, do they jiggle individually or as a quad unit? So, so, uh, next one is from Mr. Medicare. Can the host please remind the guests that I stayed in the United States because I'm not ashamed of the country my daddy gave me?
Well, make it easier to bury your nasty ass because you'll
Mm,
already be there
mm,
in your hometown. It's kind of a
yeah.
big deal.
Yeah.
get you
Yeah.
back. So no big deal. I mean, you haven't even left your house, much less leaving the country. Dude. If you would just leave your subdivision, I think it would be time to alert the local news media. Much less leaving the country. I don't think that's that's in danger of ever happening. It's definitely not in danger of happening now. Maybe some experimental treatment. I don't know, but TikTok, TikTok,
Yeah.
Augustine.
Yeah. Yeah. What's the beef between you and Medicare? When did that all start?
I got attacked in Portugal earlier this year, and my orbital socket was
Oh
crushed.
my God.
Yeah, I was kicked in the face, and my orbital socket was crushed, and my other eye was like swollen shut. And I put out the picture myself because I looked at myself I saw it in the phone, and I was like, damn, my face is fucked, and there wasn't like a paparazzi photo or somebody hacked my phone to put that out. I put that out on my own, and I put it out just because it was more of like I lived type thing. And he immediately did a stream about it and like tried to make it a mockery and tried to attack me. He'd already been angling to attack me for months as
Mhm.
well. He'd been doing the circuit, talking shit, basically. Not fully. He wanted me to come out and attack him, which I don't have any problems doing because I already wanted to anyway. So once he did that, because he always acts like he's an above it, type guy when he's just as in the muck as anybody. But he
Mm.
tries to be king shit at King Mountain. And as you've seen with his super chats tonight, he's not. So yeah, I did already have a little bit of a just, you know what? Fuck you. And so when he did that, I wrote an article. I forget what the first one was called. I think it was The Smoke. I don't remember. There were two articles though, and I went pretty hard, I guess you could say, toward him and his wife, who's former colleague of mine. So I don't want to, for people who are watching, when I talk about his wife, we used to all be compatriots together in a little thing called Gamergate back in ancient history. Also, I saw Jim. He used to make fun of people who talked about Gamergate, but I saw he did that podcast a few months ago doing Gamergate history. So I guess, that's cool now too. It's cool to do it now that no, he said it's okay. So
Yeah.
that's me mocking you
Yeah.
losers, by the way. I don't want anybody to. You have to say it right after before the autists actually believe it.
Why did
But
you go to Portugal, by the way?
I knew Jade, like, so I can say whatever the
Yeah.
fuck I want. Say what?
Yeah. Why did you go to Portugal?
Because I was going there to mock Andy Worski. And also because Portugal is fun and based.
Mm.
I still love my time in Lisbon. I get that on Twitter too, where it's like, "Oh, what? You're going back to Portugal?" And it's like, "Yeah, actually, I am going back to Portugal. I went back again. Something else happened, but I'm going back again. Are you crazy? I fucking love Lisbon, and I love Portugal. I went out to see the cathedral there and a bunch of other stuff last time on a tour. Like the whole country's nice." Actually, but I spent most time in Lisbon, and I love that city.